Now at 9, artificial intelligence is impacting the workforce. See how one major company is pursuing this change.
And the cruise industry is expected to see a spike in this upcoming year. We have the details.
Also, a new alternative for propane is being studied. Keep watching to find out how.
Plus, last night there was a fashion show here in Muncie. Find out the importance of this event.
And it's been pretty gloomy in Muncie, but sunshine returns tomorrow. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Braylon Judy.
And I'm Stella Davis.
Although we may have just entered the fall season, it's never too late to start planning for any future summer trips. One of the rising destinations for families is going out on a cruise. The cruise industry is on course for another record year. AAA projects that nearly 22 million Americans will take an ocean cruise in 2026. That's 4.5% more than AAA originally projected for 2025. And part of an even larger surge that's seen cruising rebound stronger than before the pandemic. AAA says the growing demand reflects travelers' desire for convenience, variety, and memorable experiences. The Caribbean remains the top destination, capturing nearly 3/4 of U.S. passengers.
The New York Times has reported Amazon is planning to replace more than 500,000 jobs with robots. According to internal documents reviewed by the Times, Amazon believes its AI's investments would make it possible to avoid hiring 600,000 people it would otherwise need to hire by 2033. This comes as Amazon is expected to sell twice as many products by that point. The Times is also reporting the documents show Amazon is hoping to automate 75% of its warehouse operations in the coming years. Amazon is the nation's second largest employer. The company is pushing back against the claims. In a statement, Amazon says the documents were incomplete and did not give a complete picture of its hiring strategy.
It's definitely a product that is abundant on a dairy farm: cow poop. Now, researchers at the University of Vermont are working on a new technology to transform cow manure into a cleaner burning fuel. The method could offer an alternative to current methane production systems. Currently, about 15 Vermont farms use systems called anaerobic digesters to convert manure to methane gas, which the farms then use to power equipment or sell as renewable natural gas. They say when completed, the reactor should interrupt an anaerobic digester's manure processing, turning it into propane rather than methane. The project is funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, Stella, for some reason, and this is going to be weird, cow manure reminds me of fall. Whenever I roll down the windows in my car and I just smell that awful smell, I know that the leaves have fallen. What do you think?
Could definitely get on board with that statement. Yeah.
For sure. Let's see what Joe has to think.
Well, now that fall's here, I certainly regret ever complaining about those warm temperatures because it's a little cold outside. Right now it's 47 in Muncie, 49 to our south in Indianapolis, and 52 in Terre Haute. We've dropped in temperature quite a bit compared to this time 24 hours ago. 7 degrees cooler in Muncie, 6-degree decrease in Indianapolis, and 12 degrees cooler up there in Lafayette. But I am tracking these winds starting to calm down. Sunshine is on the way, and some morning frost chances in my full forecast.
Come on, Vogue. Muncie's Grow hosted a fashion show last night to bring together local women and their businesses. NewsLink Indiana's Noah Lida walked down the runway to learn more.
If you look behind me, you might see and hear a fashion show. I came today to look at Grow and how they are putting on this event to celebrate women and their businesses. Grow, also known as Growing Remarkable Opportunities with Women, was founded in 2023 by Brittany Scott, who hopes to build a space that challenges the status quo around how women build careers.
Grow is super collaborative by nature. We're very welcoming of anybody doing anything, whether they're building a career or they own a company. We want them to get involved and connect with each other to get resources and access to people and connections they need.
Grow is something that means a lot to Brittany, and that passion is what really inspired co-founder Jill Trimmel into becoming a mentor for Brittany to further push Grow's overall mission of supporting women and their businesses as well as their endeavors in the work field.
Brittany's initiatives and the pillars of education that she gives to women financial acumen, negotiation, leadership, and emotional health is something that I felt would be a interstate, if you will, to closing the gender pay gap, which is what I would like to do before I die.
While GROW is continuing to expand its reach throughout southern Indiana, they have goals of reaching women nationwide to help get a start on their businesses.
Some have plans of being a big global business, and I think GROW just has that real chance to become a major powerhouse in women's business, and so I'm excited to see where they go with it.
If you're looking to grow or expand your business, or just looking for a bit of women's advice, GROW could have the people for you. In Muncie, Noah Lida, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you're interested, GROW is having their next marketing mixer in Muncie at Awaken Spa from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Halloween is right around the corner, and sweet treats are on everyone's mind.
For Alexis Cooper, also known as the cookie dealer, her sweet tooth is endless. NewsLink Indiana's Riley Schaefer reached her hand into the cookie jar to find out more.
Alexis Cooper started baking with her grandma and found a passion for it young. Life happened and she lost touch along the way. But during the height of COVID-19, she made her way back to the hobby and the dough started rolling in.
And COVID hit, so I lost my job and we had a 6-month-old at home, so I started to freak out and just started baking as like a comfort thing too. And I mean, we're locked in the house, so there's nothing else to do.
Literally.
So we sold a little bit of it on the side, and it made us through COVID.
Once the world went back to normal, Alexis went back to work, deciding to do cookies on the side. This didn't last long. As the demand for her cookies became overwhelming, she decided to do pop-up shops in tents, eventually naming her business Coop's Creations and gaining the nickname of the cookie dealer.
And we did an event one day. It was a 2-day event, and I sold out on the first day. And between that, I made more money than when I did working part-time. So I called my dad, and he's like, "Quit your job." And I was like, all right.
Alexis stayed home-based for a year until moving into her kitchen in January 2024. Coop's Creations isn't just cookies. The menu includes brownies, buckeyes, and more. Almost all of the cookies are stuffed, and some popular flavors include Biscoff, Strawberry Crunch, and her lemon blueberry, selling out within hours.
To the point where people at farmers markets would come up and be like, "It's gone." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Like, can I pre-order for next week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you."
Her kitchen is located in Dunkirk, Indiana, in a converted high school with multiple businesses in it. Walk in the main doors and take a right to find her shop. In Dunkirk, Riley Schaefer, NewsLink, Indiana.
You can find them on social media under Coop's Creations and visit their website for more. Coming up, find out what data shows on Tesla's recent sales.
Also, see what changes are coming this holiday season. Stay with us.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She carried 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. Tesla reported record sales during their third quarter. But earnings still fell short of expectations. The company earned adjusted income of $1.8 billion in the third quarter. That is down 29% from a year ago. However, it was still Tesla's best quarter so far this year, mainly due to Americans rushing to buy electric vehicles before a federal tax credit expired earlier this month. But sales of electric vehicles in the U.S. are expected to plunge in the fourth quarter. Tesla sales worldwide also fell during the first 6 months of the year compared to a year earlier due to increased competition and backlash to CEO Elon Musk's political activity.
Christmas is nearly 2 months away, and holiday spending is expected to reach another milestone this year. The National Retail Federation says consumers plan to spend nearly $900 per person on average. The NRF Annual Consumer Survey report projected more than $600 will go towards gifts for family and friends. Nearly $300 will be used on food decorations and other seasonal items. This year's spending amount is the second highest in the survey's history. In addition, the NRF projects 55% will shop online.
Speaking of the holiday seasons, one toy store is attempting a comeback. The nostalgic toy retailer Toys R Us has announced it will open more than 30 new stores across the United States. 8 of those will be permanent flagship stores. More than 20 will be temporary seasonal shops. Toys R Us closed more than 700 stores after filing for bankruptcy in 2017. It opened a flagship location in Minnesota's Mall of America in 2023, which has remained open.
It's become an annual tradition at Starbucks, and it's that time of year again. On Monday, the coffee chain officially announced the date for its Red Cup Day, November 13th. Customers can receive a reusable red holiday cup when they buy a holiday beverage at participating stores. Starbucks says it will invest more resources in this year's Red Cup Day. The company will bring in more baristas to deal with the expected demand. The announcement of Red Cup Day comes just 2 weeks after Starbucks unveiled its holiday menu. It will include some popular items like eggnog lattes.
With Halloween coming up, it's time for some last-minute pumpkins. Find out the pumpkin patch forecast after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Let's check out that Cooper Science Skycam where it's been pretty gloomy today. Clouds still lingering across Ball State campus. No stars to be seen tonight. Temperatures 47 degrees right now. Winds variable from 6 miles per hour. Visibility though 10 miles, but that's pretty good. But we've seen these clouds because of this low pressure system now making its way off into Canada and the East Coast, bringing lots of rain to our friends in Michigan and New York, but some just mainly cloudy conditions here. But those clouds are going to start moving out because high pressure is going to build in, bringing lots of sunshine with it. Temperatures today, we didn't hit our average high. We didn't even hit 50 degrees. 48 degrees was the high today. Average high 64 degrees, well below that, 16 degrees off the mark. So definitely compared to what we normally see, chillier than what we are used to. 47 right now in Muncie, 44 to our west in Anderson, and 45 to our north in Marion. A little warmer down to our south in Indianapolis, 49 degrees, 51 in Bloomington, and 52 in Terre Haute. Watch those temperatures fall off as we go into the night, 43 at midnight before they see those darker blues into the mid-30s tonight with a low of 36 degrees. Winds come from the west at 10 miles per hour, gusting up to 20. So certainly those clouds are going to start making their way out, but not going to be a night to go outside. Just stay in your house, bundled up with a good book, because it's going to be that kind of weather. Those wind chills, keep that coat on when you go to class tomorrow. It's going to be cold. 29-degree wind chill in Muncie tomorrow at 8 a.m., 28 in Anderson, and 29 in Marion. We'll warm up throughout the day, but those wind chills will come back with a vengeance Friday morning. 26 in Muncie, 24 in Anderson, 28 in Marion. Definitely chilly, and we've got a frost advisory in effect as a result of those cooler temperatures from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So take those plants inside. That frost is going to be not healthy for the plants, so overall just going to be very chilly. And like I keep mentioning, keep that coat on tomorrow, not even that light jacket. Just bring out the winter coat when you walk to class tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold. 37 at 8 a.m. going out the door. 44 by 10. We'll be in those mid-50s by the afternoon, so more comfortable October temperatures there, but still going to be that chilly start to the morning. Good news, though, it's been pretty breezy the past couple days. Winds going to start calming down tomorrow. 22 miles per hour in Muncie and 22 as well in Anderson before those winds finally start to die off to more calm levels overnight on Friday. Now, I talked about the pumpkin patch forecast. This weekend, it's going to be great weather for the last-minute pumpkin patch, last-minute apple orchards, because it's going to be just perfect fall conditions. 60 degrees will be your high on Saturday with minimal rain chances, and as a result of these pretty dry conditions for the next couple of days, that ground is going to be pretty dry as well. So perfect pumpkin patch weather just in time for Halloween. That 7-day forecast, we're going to struggle to break the mid-60s. 60 degrees on Saturday, 62 on Sunday, 61 on Monday. Rain chances return next week, 40% chance on Wednesday. Keep that coat handy overnight. Lows are going to be in the 30s and 40s. So I said earlier that I regret ever complaining about the warmth, and I still stand by that.
I know, 29? Like,
it's shocking, right?
That's crazy to me. Like, I know I've been one to talk about how I love the cold and I love the fall, but this is just too much for me. What do you think, Stella?
Yeah. One day of this cold weather, and I'm already ready for summer.
Oh, for sure.
I know, we wanted those fall weather, but we got winter already, a little early.
Guess we have to deal with it.
Yep.
Sadly. Thank you, Joe.
Of course.
There's a lot more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Jaden Collins has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Braylon and Stella. A local high school punches their ticket to regionals, and a Ball State squad breaks a program record. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jaden Collins with sports. The National Football League has scheduled an appetizer ahead of its grand finale. NFL officials say the 2026 Pro Bowl has been moved to the Tuesday before Super Bowl Sunday. The Pro Bowl features the best players chosen from the AFC and the NFC facing off against each other in a flag football game. This year's edition will be held at San Francisco's Moscone Center. Voting for the players who will suit up starts on Thanksgiving Day. Heading to the starting line, ranked as one of the best teams in the state, Yorktown's boys cross country will compete in regionals on Saturday. I caught up with the squad over the weekend to learn more. The Yorktown Tigers have been running wild this fall, and believe it or not, they still have more to achieve. The Tigers are back-to-back county champions and this year dominated a competitive Hoosier Heritage Conference, earning a top 15 ranking in the state of Indiana.
They have a lot of experience in a lot of big races, and I feel like some of our scheduling does that for them. Like they get into big races and see really good competition throughout the season. So, you know, they know what they're made of by the time we get to this point in the season and hopefully go into each meet with confidence.
This past weekend, Yorktown won their second straight sectional championship, 1 point away from a perfect score. But the team still has one goal they're striving for.
Our goals were basically to make the state meet as a team, and this is obviously the first step, and I think that goal is still in place, and I think this sectional performance is a great step forward on getting that.
For Yorktown, their goal is achievable, as long as they continue to push each other as they've been doing all season long.
I think just that brotherhood aspect has helped us grow stronger together and wanted to win meets for each other.
We always try to talk about how we got to fiercely support each other and be together. So hopefully those are lessons that they've gained throughout this season.
The Tigers will compete in the New Haven Regional at Huntington University Saturday morning with an opportunity to advance to state.
The stats say we're seeded second, which, you know, races aren't run on spreadsheets, they're run on the course.
In Marion, Jaden Collins, NewsLink Indiana. Driving things to the fairway, Ball State women's golf ended the first half of their season at the Diamante Invitational with multiple records. The Cards opened the event with a program record of 6 under par in the first day. This tournament also included 2 individual collegiate bests from the Cards. One of these personal bests came from sophomore Sophie Cortesh, who shot a 3 under par. Junior Jenna Estravillo also notched a personal best when she shot 2 under par, which is her best opening score in her career. After multiple records, the Cardinals finished this tournament with a score of 2 under par and finished in 4th place in a field of 18. The Cards will have a break in play until they open their spring season at the Rio Verde Invitational. Kicking things to the pitch, Ball State women's soccer player Addie Chester has been named the MAC Offensive Player of the Week for the 3rd time this season. This honor came after the senior opened the scoring in the Cards matchups against Toledo and Bowling Green. This marks the 4th time a Cardinal from the soccer team has been named MAC Player of the Week, with freshman Jordan Clausen winning the honor on October 14th. The Cards will continue MAC play Sunday against Miami University at home. And guys, that Cardinals women's soccer team is something to watch, but so is really every sports team at Ball State this fall. They've been on fire. Football, volleyball, all the above.
Yeah, definitely fall sports are my favorite to watch, so I'm really looking forward to watching some more.
For sure, fall is just the best time for sports. You got football kind of in the middle spot, not yet quite ending, and you got basketball on the way, so it's a great time.
Yeah, and that football team, hopefully they can get 6 or 7 wins, get to the
sure.
bowl game.
I can't wait.
It'll be amazing.
Hopefully. Thank you, Jaden. Coming up, we have Brianna Baru with your campus coverage.
And one final look at your weather. Don't go anywhere.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together. It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Brianna Baru, and this is your campus coverage. It's that time of year again, college application season. With the November 1st deadline quickly approaching, many prospective students are preparing their college applications on the Common App. Ball State University's admissions office is in full swing. Prospective students may view this application process as tedious or confusing. One of our admissions officers is here to change how you view your application process.
Universities and colleges are very welcoming, and you are certainly not the only student that has had the same fears that you have had. There are dedicated folks like myself who are trained in having these conversations with you, and it's not that we want to sell the university to you, but we want to make sure that you know that any question you have can be answered.
Aside from the academics and logistics of what this campus can offer, Finley Gay, a senator on the Student Government Association, speaks from a student perspective on what makes Ball State special to him.
I'm sure every student at every university says this, but it feels like the staff and faculty here are really, really dedicated to you, and I think that's helped with things like smaller class sizes as well. I've always had pretty good experience with the faculty on campus, and it feels really like you know, they see every student for their own educational journey and want to help you along.
For further information on the application process, or if you have any questions, you can email the admissions office at askusbsu.edu. In Muncie, Brianna Baru, NewsLink, Indiana. Do any of you guys remember how your college applications went?
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Took a while for me to get in, but I finally got in. I was scared I wasn't to. What about you, Stella?
All I can say is that I'm glad it's over now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
We all made it.
Yeah, thankfully. Thank you, Brianna. And now with Joe with one final look at weather.
All right, let's take one final look at that chilly forecast tonight. Dipping down to 36 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Winds coming from the west at 10 miles per hour for gusting up to 20. But the temperature can be deceiving as wind chills, as you saw earlier, are going to be dropping all the way down to 29. And that 7-day forecast is going to be a little bit warmer than that, thankfully. 58 Friday, 60 on Saturday, 62 Sunday. Rain chances do return next week with a 40% chance on Wednesday. Keep those coats handy overnight, though. Going to be in the 30s and 40s throughout the week ahead. So overall, during the daytime, we're going to have that more fall-like weather.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking forward for that. Just the night, that's going to hit hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, already fearing for this walk home.
As someone who likes to just take a breath outside at night, can't really do that in these freezing temperatures.
For sure. For someone that loves winter coats, I just bought myself a jean jacket. Okay. Last year, it was during the summer. I never got a chance to wear it because it was 87, no, not 7 degrees. 76 degrees, but...
Well, you can wear it this time.
Yeah, I could wear it this time, but yeah, thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.